Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian.
And I'm Wes.
Welcome to episode 108 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. It's good to see you, Wes.
Thanks.
Seen you in
I don't know
forever.
how to talk like a Wes.
Come on along, everybody. Spend the next hour or so with Joey and I talking about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, or just, you know, Joey, playing bikes. Playing bikes. Tonight, Joey, we are going to talk about protection. Okay, very important. Protection for you and your loved one. Frame protection, Joey.
Yeah.
I was trying to work something in there, and you just wouldn't nibble. You wouldn't nibble on that. That was a pretty obvious.
Well, I'm 30 years old. I am mature.
You're
mature. Hey, Ron. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. Hey, Justin.
Wow, lots of folks up
Matt
in here.
already. Yeah, everyone's in. Oh, nice. Wes looks better than usual. I got to be careful with Eddie's comments tonight. He almost got me in trouble last week.
He did, too. Before we get started, Joey, anything going on in the land of support?
Well, might roll out $2,000 stimulus checks for independents. It just went through the House yesterday. Well,
I see what
that's
you're
support.
Doing. I see what you're doing.
Which also means, just like Dan from Ohio, you could up your monthly Patreon membership from $4 to $10, just like Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Dan and I had a little nice exchange, I think, over Patreon via email, and he was very kind with his words and said how much he enjoyed the show, and he upped his Patreon patron amount from $4 a month, like you said.
Can you imagine $2,000 as an independent?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you,
that's
Dan.
some Patreon money. I'll donate to myself. I might buy myself just a new something.
You could
Microphone stand.
That would work because I get a cut of that.
I just meant generally, like, I'll write myself a check. I'm going to mail it because then nowadays I'll get it like a month later and I'll be like, oh, I forgot I sent myself this $100.
I've got folks that, you know, they keep telling me, oh, the check's in the mail. The check's in the mail. It's like, I believe them now. Used to not be like, yeah, sure, right. Now you believe them because it could take months to get a piece of mail.
Did I tell you the fiasco about paying shipping for Boondocks for my EP order from October?
Yeah, we talked about that in the shop the other day.
And then, yeah, the check was written December 16th for $24. They cashed it the other day. Yeah. Wahoo just got all our checks for the last month. Wahoo Fitness. But, like, to the point where, like, all shop brands, a lot of companies in the last week or so are not taking checks anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, which is totally fine. You forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Who we got in the live stream, Joey?
Well, we have the live stream of Jessica's listening in tonight.
Hi, Jess.
Let me go back to holy cow,
oh my
man.
Goodness.
Oh man.
Wow.
Let's
got
see.
a full house up in here
All
tonight.
right. Joey Brown, another Joey. Sorry, I'll censor myself. Oh, Mr. Parker. Fred Parker's live. Frame protection like helicopter tape. If so, love it. Use it.
Yes, Justin. That's what we're going to talk about.
Hey, Ron. He also said hi, Jess.
Yeah, Jess, you're getting highs from over here.
Daniel said, "Let's do this." Man, we got
That's cool,
people
man.
from popping in all over nowadays.
That's cool.
We're more famous than Captain Kangaroo.
What are you drinking over there?
I have that Heavy Seas bourbon. That's like bourbon that's disguised as beer.
It's basically whiskey in a
the
can.
Night Shift. Yeah, it's a bourbon is a little bit sweeter. It's not.
Hold the can up so people can see it.
Yeah, I forgot we had the camera.
Beautiful cover. The artwork.
I bought this 4-pack
gorgeous.
a while ago, and it's the kind of that just lasts. You had one. You had one and went crazy one night.
I took one home after we did a podcast, and I drank it while I was editing at the house, and it like that one beer.
Yeah, you blew up my phone.
Well, I do that just to mess with
Yeah,
you guys.
I don't know. You say that.
It was
You're
fun
like,
night though.
You're like a basic bee getting with alcohol sometimes. It's delicious. Like between the two, it lasted 2 episodes. You don't drink it fast.
Oh my god,
It's a little sweet. It's not bitter.
If you finished that before we started the second podcast tonight, you'd be a mess. And then by the end of it, I think you'd be over there asleep on the table.
I'll try to describe it. The first hint gives you like a beer flavor, and the second part of the flavor is definitely the bourbon.
Yeah.
And I know I always hear people like, you hear them like, when you get like the third part. No, it really like the first bit of that beer, like when you drink it, taste of beer, and the after effect is bourbon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I
Hands
love.
down. It's actually really pleasant.
It's so smooth. It's highly recommend it. If you want to spend $20, buy it.
Yeah.
Is
that how much it is?
Yeah.
It's actually worth it.
Well, I mean, you think about it. You go to the Ruddy Duck or you go to anywhere, you're
Yeah.
paying $5 or $6 for
Yeah.
whatever beer anyway.
I don't have a problem. I just didn't know it was
Yeah.
that much. I would actually have no problem paying that much money because that's a one beer kind of night. That's a really nice
As
kind of like.
Justin
finish to the
says,
day.
yeah, meatloaf in the glass. Basically,
Yeah.
I took my partial week off at trainer riding to go back up again, so it's my last night of.
Okay.
Um,
I asked you that. I was
Yeah.
surprised because you said you start back again tomorrow.
yeah,
So you took a little off time.
I had like 4 days.
Yeah.
But I've been consistent every day since the start of the year.
Yeah.
I took one off day in between.
Okay.
But I have like 19. I'm almost 300 miles for the year. You are. We'll get into our own segments, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I've been laying down miles.
yeah. Eddie says maybe I'll finish my Niner Shimano GRX. Yeah, there's no. I quoted someone a GRX build that had on 2 part numbers. Eddie, I guess you've probably seen it too, but there was a couple part numbers that were August.
Wow.
So yeah, no stock.
I'm just drinking tea tonight because
Just
I'm gonna
tea?
take one of those home with me. So later on, if y'all want to,
I need to give Dave some of these at work. He's
Message
shown
me.
his love for bourbon. I just found out about.
do you want to go first with your ketchup? Or you want me to go first with my ketchup?
I'll go first because I don't have much.
Okay, shoot.
Even though that'll turn into talking forever.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
I said I don't know. I felt worn out. I'm going through a lot right now. Not in a bad way, but I don't know. I was talking to Jess. She was asked, I think it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever. I think I stopped Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Maybe it's like 5 days I'll have off. I don't know. I was dragging. The motivation wasn't there. I kind of wasn't feeling good mentally. So I was like, I'm just not going to force myself because that's how you. If you force yourself, you're really going to hate it. So, I had a physical day yesterday. Yesterday kicked my ass. I went fly fishing. That was my. What was Dirty Kitten doing? Like the non-bike activity.
Yeah, you could have actually probably filed that if you'd put it on
could,
Strava.
but I haven't. I love Chris and Alex, but I'm really bad at reading, and I haven't. Like I'm just getting. For me, I'm getting on my bike and logging it. I know there's these challenges and preems. I'm really bad at following directions,
and there's a lot of directions.
Yeah.
Did you
but I love seeing all the posts.
Did you go to the same place we went to when we went before? Is that where you went?
I went to the upper road, Falls Road.
Okay.
So what happened I put on my post today, I'll never, ever, ever go to that parking lot again. I went to the top parking lot on Falls, which I didn't realize was a 2 or so mile hike down to the river.
Yeah, see, that would have counted. That
through
was
the
my point.
the hunting trail.
Oh, glad you got that red
hopping
hair.
over logs. I should have worn my Yak Attack sweatshirt. Luckily, no one was there at first, but I walked past 2 bow hunters on the way back.
Ooh.
And
You'd
so
have been a nice take.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Really meat on you?
Oh yeah, I got some nice buns, rump roast. And then I fished my way all the way down, and then had like a 2 mile walk back up the road, up some ridiculous. You saw how steep it got in some of those areas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, I was so exhausted. Because fishing a 1.5 mile stretch of river is a lot.
Yeah.
When you're in the water, out of the water. I also got a little wet. It was 30 degrees. My rod was icing up. Then I hit a patch of ice and I thought I cracked my kneecap.
Ugh.
I'm like, where I was in the worst place to have someone come get me, like
I
medical-wise.
scolded everybody on the live stream and listening in the podcast. I scolded Joey for going out there into dangerous land by himself. I mean, what would happen to me here with podcast if you got hurt? It's purely self-serving. My concern for you is purely self-serving.
I don't know. there's some days I don't tell people I'm going fishing. Yeah, well, I tell my wife, but
no, I get you. I get you. Yeah.
It was like my release, so I was really excited. Yeah. I know you talked about going, then I forgot, and then I woke up yesterday morning. I'm like, well, the snow's holding off. Yeah. So all my crap's literally still in my car. Like I've been leaving in my car all.
I wouldn't have been able to. Pull the trigger on that.
I had some other people in the past who were like, "Oh, let me know when you're going." I was like, "Well, I think I just need a nice, with all the stuff going on, peaceful day."
Yeah.
So my wife knew where it was. She tracks me. I wasn't in a horrible spot if I got hurt.
Okay.
Like I could have gotten taken out.
Leave a plan.
Just like, man, if I really gotta like bust my, I left my plan with her.
Okay.
And she tracks me like the government on the tracker when I'm not here. Anyway, that was my physical day. That I am actually really sore. People are like, "Oh, fly fish." No, that was hiking, fly fishing, in and out of the water.
Yeah,
lost feeling in my hand because it went numb. And then that's about it. The bike shops, we got a lot of stuff in the works right now. I'm also, I guess I can put it here. I am in the hunt for a part-time, I'm going to call it technician. Yeah, part-time mechanic.
Okay.
So you might, just a few hours a week. When I say a few hours, it can range depending on the workload.
Not a minion.
Not a minion, no.
Above a minion.
So okay. It's really hard to hire someone to work at a bike. Like, I want someone to have experience. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you work on your bike at home. That's great for you. I need someone with like maybe some shop experience, doing some work, understanding like how to work in retail. I'm not going to make that person do sales and stuff. I'd rather leave that to the other folks.
Yeah, but they'll have to jump out on the floor if it gets to it, right?
If it gets to it, but the last line of defense. Yeah. I got a lot on my plate, so I'm still wrenching a lot, which I love, but I'm being pulled in a lot of directions. So
yeah, but you're running the shop and you're doing all that. Oh man, you do a lot.
So I would like the peace of mind of having another technician for a little bit. I have someone coming in the future, but it doesn't mean I'm going to kick that person out when the other person gets here. But there's perks to it. You get to work in a bike shop. You get to work with me.
Yeah.
I will eventually set up. I do limit my like when people can EP stuff. Mm-hmm. Some people will like come in for like a week, buy all the stuff, and they're like, "I'm out." Like, no, there's a small like time where you have to do first. And
Eddie wants to know if it can be remote.
Yeah. Hey Sal. Sal's here again tonight. I know I keep rambling on, but I'm going to put that on Facebook tonight. I don't know how many local listeners there are.
Okay, so listeners, you're getting the early bird.
The first, yeah.
Yeah, you're getting early bird access here.
Yeah.
Anybody in the time of COVID that's got a little wrenching experience that's in the vicinity where it would make sense to come to Solomon's, Maryland for a little bit of work.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
hopefully live in the area so
you don't pay relocation.
Yeah, I don't pay relocation
for your part-timers.
No, you can wait for your stimulus check.
Okay.
So I think that's about it. Like I said, just there's a lot personally and shop stuff going on, so like I need a little help. Match my current salary.
Ted, you'd be miserable, buddy, because there is absolutely no toys to play with.
Yeah, I don't know if Ted actually works.
Ted works.
I don't know. I bet my salary can match Ted's salary.
I'm not getting into that piss and match. I don't have. I haven't worked in a year.
No, I don't tell people. What I make, but I am very comfortable. But it took me a while to get where I'm at. My commutes from Kentucky might be a bit far.
Yeah.
So. All right. Yeah. Let's nix Joey time because I'll keep talking.
All right.
You've been chugging away.
I've been chugging away.
You've been getting some cool.
Dirty Kitten has helped me, but I also had this weird kind of like. I get this weird depression in January when the miles that you watch. I'm not a data nerd. I don't sit out there and look. But you obviously we all kind of look at. No, I'm not. You look at your numbers and you kind of like gauge where you're at, and you kind of it's like a thing. And it always buggers me when it clicks over to 0. I absolutely can't stand it. So I just start pedaling out. And then Dirty Kitten came along at the same time.
You have like this weird like.
I don't know.
You're a diesel truck. I envy you more than you think I do.
So I'm back this week. I did 284 miles last week. And that was another top 10 Strava Club finish.
You're rolling.
So that was like a 300-mile week the week before, and then 284 this last week. Darcy did 2 back-to-back 300-mile
I finally
weeks.
saw Darcy in the stories, and she is a I don't want to say
beast, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
She is kicking ass.
Yeah.
She needs she needs her own trophy club.
So I feel good. I feel strong. I didn't jump right into it, and I think there was one time over the last summer, where I did like a really big week, and I hadn't really been building up to it, and it kind of hit me hard, and it hurt my hip, and did some I think it was my IT band got hit pretty hard. Mm-hmm. But I've been building up to this, so these steady miles. I'm doing 30 to 40 miles a day on the trainer, and it feels good. I feel really good, and Dirty Kitten has helped. The team that we've got going. We got a little chat group. We do the little Discord thing. I don't want to get into the whole Dirty Kitten thing again. But, man, I tell you what, it's really made a difference.
We can blow up Dirty Kitten here.
It's made a difference.
We got a lot of participants that got me going. Look at you.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, hey, Ron, he asked a question. It's like, so how many trainer miles, after so many trainer miles, what's it like to get outdoors? Any difference in the fitness? I don't really see a difference in the fitness. It's so much quieter and smoother, I feel like, when you go outside. I don't feel different on the bike, but I don't know. It's weird for me. I don't mind the trainer. I hate that time of the year when you have to switch over to the trainer. But then once I get in the groove of it, I'm okay, and I can just, like you said, diesel it out and just keep on going. I don't know. I don't really feel like there's a whole lot of difference. I do feel like I come into the outdoor season really strong.
You're always strong.
Probably lose a little bit of fitness when you first go outdoors after coming off the trainer, because it's so, on a trainer, you are always push. When you're on the road, there's like, you can take some breaks every once in a while. So, yeah, Ted, exactly. Toad said it makes coasting feel amazing. So,
trying to buy a bike rack off of Facebook Marketplace right now, because that's what it's come to.
That's what the podcast is for.
Sorry, I'm just saying.
Yeah, Justin, I do. I sometimes I don't even think I'm going to do those big 4 or 5 hour journeys, and I'll get on the bike and you just feel good and you just keep going. You just keep going. That's for me. And I do think a direct drive smart trainer makes a huge difference.
You got the H3 now?
Yeah.
You got 2 of those?
Hammer.
Aren't
it's H3. Yes, you're right. They renamed it H3. I got 2 of them. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Do you know how they came
and they're
up?
so quiet.
They are. Mike McMahon got one. Alonzo's got one.
Quiet.
Do you have any issues when you go into your easiest gear, though, with that rubbing the unit?
No.
I think he emailed Sarah today. When he gets up into...
So you got his spacer on, right? You got to have the spacer on it.
Savvy. I need to hire Alonzo. What am I thinking? I built Alonzo's Athos today with him today. I was wondering, if you had any issues while we're interrupting.
No, I haven't had any issues with that thing.
Do you know
is rock solid.
Where the name Saris came from?
Yeah.
Damn.
Sarah and Chris.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I actually used that, I think. No, you know where I use that? I did a rack giveaway for Saris at the Lifeline 100. And I had this whole little shtick and spiel that I did. I did the largest response to a rack giveaway in Saris history.
You got a nice rack.
When I did that. I had it was over 1,000 email addresses. They just kept internally, they were like, oh my God, is everybody watching what's going on?
Look at all this data mining we're doing.
And I just kept telling people,
Yeah, no, Alonzo, I built his Athos today and he was asking me about, so Alonzo, well, I'd never even opened it up. Alonzo took the box home and set it up, but he's pretty tech savvy, so might just be his bike that's on there in the setup.
Yeah.
Right.
So Eddie in the comments actually said to check the spacer too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet you it's a spacer issue. He doesn't because the spacer when it comes, it's weird. You got to know.
I've set up Mike McMahon's and that was it.
Yeah.
I had the OG H1, I guess.
Okay.
I liked it.
I really love that trainer.
I sold that thing for so much money back in the day. That's the only reason I don't have it.
Speaking of trainers, did you see anything that was announced today on Zwift Insider or DC Rainmaker? Something that I have bitched about is the Bluetooth and Ant Plus connectivity.
Oh, I got the email last week. Sorry.
Right.
I didn't realize it just got released. I thought it got released last week.
No, it got released. I think you could buy it today.
Oh,
I don't know what it was.
Dealers got...
Yeah, you got.
But it only works for the newest of the new.
It only works for the newest one. But
now
you've got to have the Ethernet port. But I've been saying it for 2 years. Enough with the Bluetooth, enough with the Ant Plus. I know it's sexy to the box to say wireless and have little fun symbols all over it, but give me a wire that goes from my trainer to my computer so I no longer have to deal with those Can you tell I'm passionate about this? I've been asking for it forever. I even said it to Saris when I was in Brandon Bears. It's like, put a port. It's an Ethernet jack. You've got all this data coming out. All you need is an Ethernet jack on that to just plug it in the computer. But yeah, Justin, you're right. It's only for the new 5th gen kickers. But at the same time, you needed to have the hardware on the trainer. I'm waiting for somebody to crack one of those things open and do something inside and actually create a little hack port kind of thing. So anyway, I thought that was sort of some big news because I have been asking for that forever, wanting it forever.
If you can get a 5th gen.
So I want to dip my toe just for a second into bike camping. You know, it's something I do a lot of in the touring and stuff. I've been doing a lot of part collection for the kayak business. And one of the things that I got was a little Dakota lithiums, batteries to power the fish finders. I'm actually thinking about putting a little cigarette lighter kind of port or a USB port somewhere on the boat so people can plug their phones in and doing all that. But those little 7 amp hour batteries only weigh 2 pounds, 2 ounces, and they're tiny. What would you think? Just a crazy idea. If you go out with a bunch of people, and you know, I know Larry one time carried a bunch of water for everybody because he had his trailer.
Because he's Larry.
Well, he's also because he's Larry. Exactly. But how much? Everybody brings all their little chargers and you know the little things to charge.
Are you talking about putting a battery on a rack on your bike?
Yeah, I'm just talking about bringing it, packing it.
Huh.
Okay, so if
the little 7 amp hour?
Yeah, they're tiny. It's 2 pounds.
I have one right there.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So you know how much it weighs?
It weighs nothing. This beer weighs more.
I know. So I didn't never really connect the dots. That thing right there, that little 7 amp hour would charge everybody's Garmin's, everybody's phones, everybody's devices, every little thing for an entire weekend. I guarantee it. Yeah. As much as those little things drain. So I don't know. Just thought it would be an interesting idea. So that's that. Before we get to the Strava Club, Joey, anything in the live stream?
Live stream is fully blown up. Let's see. Tyler, longtime listener, first time caller. I am not a fan of trainers, but I'm using a $25 trainer I got off Craigslist with cheap Wahoo sensors.
Right on, man.
That's the way to do it.
Spin the legs. That's all that matters.
Joey's Jess said, good for you. Miss Motivational Jess. Where do you jam an Ethernet cable and an iPad? So I've had zero issues using my iPad this year.
Yeah.
Love it.
So Chris,
Brian, all pumped up.
Chris, what you could do, the Ethernet cable, according to Zwift, actually can go into a hub to go into a network, and then you could fire it back out via Wi-Fi. But everybody's like, "Oh, you're going back to wireless," but it's not Bluetooth and it's not Ant Plus, so there's an advantage there. But I like the idea of a wire cable.
Yeah. Said it cost them less. Tyler said it cost them less than $75 with everything.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. You be you. Do the thing.
Let's see. Jess says I'm going camping. We talked about a rooftop tent for the Subaru to get Jess going into camping.
That ain't going to happen.
And she's willing to give it a shot, but I don't think we're going rooftop first. We'll sleep in the car. I'll sleep on the ground. Does anyone use the Wahoo Sufferlandia app? Is that a thing? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Man, this thing's going to turn into a USB plug-in thing. Chris,
everybody keeps saying
USB-C to Ethernet adapter as long as you doesn't need to. USB-C needs to be used on everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, that's where it's going. Where it's going to go.
So,
all right.
Oh, whoops! I can't cancel out of here. Oh no.
All right, well, that's enough of that. Yeah. Let's catch up what's going on in the Strava Club. This is your game, Joey. Go
Strava Club.
Strava Club.
Wow. We have Miss Nadine Hughes from Lusby, Maryland.
I love it when the locals come up.
Like Warren?
Yeah.
151.6 miles this week. Last week, Miss Nadine. Mark Hagan from Washington, D.C. Surprised he got some riding in with all that's been going on with 175.6 miles. Sean Scott from Chicago.
He's probably using it to escape the city.
Yeah, probably. Sean Scott from Chicago, Illinois, with 162.7.
Good job, Nadine, Mark, and Sean.
We are back
nice.
up in the high. You need 128 to break into the top 100. I know early between the weird season we were down into like low numbers. We always kind of stuck around that 130 was like the average. Skewing both sides of that. We are up to 694. Should we mail Wes a letter? Because he might get that. He doesn't read our text messages.
He doesn't read text. He doesn't answer
We should give out Wes's number.
Yes. No social media.
Oh, my God.
Wes is basically...
He might be dead. He won't respond back to anything.
I think he's fine. I hope he's fine. I hope we hear from him or somebody.
Well, there's some weird stuff going on in Michigan. So.
It's true that. True that.
If you want to bring Wes home at 700,
we need 6 more people.
6 more people. You might want to leave though, and then we'll drop it down a little bit. Strava.com//gravel travel dirt.
We could make a cutout of Wes and put him over here or something. Get him his own little camera. That would work. I mean, just randomly, like I don't know. Yeah. You miss Wes. I miss Wes. I don't know. Okay. We promised Joey a conversation about gravel bike frame protection, and I've done my homework, buddy.
Get some electrical tape like I did to your bike.
Do you see all the notes that I have? Have you even
You wrote down. I'm just going to tell people go to Amazon, get a 4x4 sheet of 3M.
Before we even get to that,
call it a day. Get a steel bike with nice paint, a.k.a. Sequoia.
How important is it? How important do you feel? And live stream, folks, I want to hear from you guys too.
Oh, I got to check the live chat. Sorry.
How important do you feel gravel bike frame protection is? And we're talking about helicopter tape. We're talking about all those different little weird things.
Well, it's a bicycle, not a helicopter. I'm just kidding. Helicopter, it works great on your kayak. Anything you do outdoor activity wise, you should keep helicopter tape in your bag.
Or Gorilla tape.
Yeah,
I carry Gorilla tape everywhere.
Let's see. What were we saying?
How important do you feel it is?
My mom's on here.
Oh.
I don't know. It depends. What do you want? What frame do you have? Are you worried about aesthetics? Are you worried about
resale?
Mm-hmm. And it all comes down to that. Like, I don't know. Some bikes are different. A lot of the carbon bikes I sell have a lot of frame protection already on with 3M or some heavy duty. And it's clear, you don't realize it's there. Even the new Diverge has like a whole thing under the bottom bracket around there that's like a plastic rubbery-ish that takes all the abuse from that. Yeah. There's different types of it. Like my Sequoia, though, you've seen my paint. Nothing adheres to that.
Yeah.
But that paint is also almost like a bike version of Rhino Liner. Because my other Sequoia was a really like.
So it hasn't gotten any dings on that from gravel lineup? Nothing at all?
The only thing I have from that was our 24-hour trip we did on that really muddy CNO, where my Epidura bag was pressed on my cables, and I rubbed a little bit of fully rubbed it off. Yep. But I also can't put 3M there. Yeah. So since then, I bought the new Salsa, like it looks like a snowplow, the anything cradle for the handlebars. Yeah. So that'll never happen again.
So it doesn't rub on it.
That frame that's how my frame's coated now. You come in, you got your aluminum Diverge. You're like, you're the kind of person you resell your bike every 2 years. I'm hypothetically speaking. Yeah. Sure, we might look at options for. Aesthetically, 3M works great. It's really tough.
Well, we'll get to the options.
Okay.
We'll get to all the options. I'm just focused now on protecting the paint. Yeah, protecting the paint for aesthetics and probably resale. Yeah. Protecting the carbon, how important is it from a perspective of protecting the carbon? That's why they put those.
Yeah,
those
most carbon bikes have
it already.
Yeah, and they usually supply another batch of it in the box.
What do you feel are the most important parts of the bike to protect?
The front of the fork. The down tube. The chain stays. The rest of it's free game, whether you want to do it or not. Like, remember when Jerry Foley wrapped his Salsa?
Everything is wrapped on that bike.
Does he still have that bike?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
he does.
It probably looks brand new. He pulls all that off.
See, that's just it. Yeah. That's and most of the ones that I found, we're going to go through a bunch of different options of things that are out there. So
my mom just said, "Sorry, I thought this was the Hogan Live press conference." 3M paint protection film.
Yeah, let's talk about schools opening, Joey. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're going to go there. Not going to go there. So, hacks and homegrown options.
Oh, I hate that. I don't know. I see so many people do hack stuff and end up, it's like PVC stuff for kayaks.
Yeah.
Like, it's like middle school. You never mind.
So obviously, I mean, everybody's throwing it out down in the comments. The 3M helicopter tape, you can get that through Amazon. Comes on a roll. You can cut it, shape it, form it, and
we buy sheets of it
in anywhere you want it to be. But I know that it can be a little bit tricky to install if you're a perfectionist.
Not with some rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, I know what Jerry would do. He would spray a little water and rubbing alcohol underneath of it.
That's all I do.
And then kind of get it positioned and then let it dry. And that
and
rubbing alcohol
you push
away.
everything out because it allows you to, as soon as you regularly stick it on, you're kind of hosed.
I had a couple of spots on my Roubaix, actually, where the cables were rubbing on the front. And I put a little bit of that tape on there because I felt it was just a smart thing to do. So then the next step up from just straight up 3M, and this has been around forever, racer tape. It's actually a brand, racer tape. I'm sure you know it. $35 for a 30-foot by 2-inch roll. You get it through Amazon. You can get it pretty much anywhere. It is super DIY, exactly the same way you would deal with helicopter tape. This is basically the same stuff. It's 8 mil thick, and I've got a lot of options.
8 millimeters thick?
8 millimeters thick.
When it's applied?
Racer tape, yes. I've got some
do you know
more
how much
down here.
8 millimeters is?
Yes, I do. I've got more of them down here that are even more. Wait till we get to some of these other options that I found. And I looked up some people that had used that, and basically they were saying the best thing is to use a heat gun or an air hair dryer, like a blow dryer, to get those picky little curves to lay down and to keep the bubbles out. And if you get some bubbles, you can prick them with a pin and kind of smush them. So that's out there. And then a lot of these folks out here are, they come from the mountain bike world, and then some of them have dipped over into the land of gravel bikes. And we're gonna talk a little bit about that. So all mountain style, and this is designed for a mountain bike, but you could be creative and adapt it. They're honeycomb frame guards. And they're anywhere from $26 to $68, depending upon the size and the graphics that you want. Those things are 15 mil thick. That's twice. Why? Those all mountains. Those honeycombs are actually. It's almost like, the plastic pieces you're talking about.
Almost
that come,
ridiculous.
Well, yeah, it's basically that plastic piece that you were just talking about. But for bikes that may not have had that, or if you've got an alloy bike and you want to protect it like you're a mountain biker and you've got that alloy bike, but you want that same kind of protection that a carbon bike has, this would be your solution. So not really a gravel solution. And I'm just really thick, really quickly going through the comments, and everybody's like titanium, and absolutely, that's kind of the thing. So I really think that these honeycomb things, Can
we take a pause? Did you see the titanium Cosmic Stallion?
No, I haven't. When you find that?
They released it yet? I don't know. They did spy shots.
Has it been released, or are you just talking about it?
Oh, yeah. No,
okay.
There is a item watch placeholder for Patuxent Adventure Center in a 55. And the first bat, they made like really... Oh, yeah. Well, we're the same size. Twinsies.
Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, One Manufacturing, formerly One Ball, bicycle moto deflection die cut protective 20-piece kits. $32, very basic, pre-cut for your basic application. So those areas like you were talking about, the front of the fork, the down tube, the chainstays, they have a 20-piece kit that's already kind of cut to fit that, but it's not designed for a specific frame. Decent price, $32 and 6 mil thick. So again, thicker, 6 millimeters, thicker than the helicopter tape, but not quite as thick as the racer tape. Okay. Let's see.
I did my crank.
Your crank? That's a smart thing to do.
I have a carbon Praxis.
Okay.
They came with a little kit. I just did my whole thing myself.
Okay. Did you So where because I know with all my cranks where it rubs.
Yeah.
It rubs.
I don't have that.
I should have done something like that. So Lizard Skins makes a carbon and a leather version of a frame protector, anywhere from $22 to $40. It comes either in clear or what they call carbon leather. And it's a one-size strip in it. They do some articulations on it, so it's like some chevrons are cut out of it, so you can get things around curves. Really designed for the down tube of a mountain bike. Again, not gravel specific. This one I thought was pretty interesting. Died Bro. Have you seen that?
You died, bro?
Died Bro. No, died as
bro,
in...
you died?
Their whole shtick is that they wanted to put designs on these things.
I think
56 different graphic designs.
I think I've seen those on some customer Stumpies and Enduros.
Yeah.
They look cool.
12 mil thick.
No, that was not it.
Okay. Pre-cut to fit sort of in a universal. They have 4 chain seat stay protectors, a top tube protector, and a down tube protector. And like I said, there's 56 different what they call flavors or colors, and there's all sorts of crazy designs from Hawaiian to space themed to all kind of crazy stuff. And you look at that website, it's just wild. It's pretty cool. And these are the two that I think probably compete with each other the most. Invisiframe. You familiar with Invisiframe? Invisiframe has
I'm lost in all these now.
I mean,
mentally right now, because I think I know who Invisiframe is. I think I've heard a couple of these, but
okay.
I'm trying to get over 15 millimeter thick.
They have a clear gloss version and a clear matte version. And listen to this. This is where it gets crazy. $93 to $100 depending upon the frame of your bike. So
Depends
this is
on
one of
if
the,
you have a $7,000 Diverge.
well, it's one of those ones you go in and you tell them what the bike in the frame is and what size it is, and then the range, it's dependent. I mean, that's not a very big window. I can imagine the smaller frames are $93, the larger frames are $100, because it is mapped to specific frames, and there's only a limited number of gravel bikes. But apparently it is very difficult to install. And they usually recommend that you get somebody like a shop.
No, don't bring it. God, no.
So if somebody walked in with, well, they're saying...
I'll have a high labor quote.
Well, how much? Because they're saying...
$300.
Well, they were saying $200 was probably sort of the average to actually
pay
come
me
in.
for my time.
So you're looking at...
I get paid to overhaul suspension and do all this hydraulic. I'm not paid to wrap a bike frame.
Russ would do it. Russ was really good at packing bikes.
Take it to Peebles or whoever wraps your Christmas presents. See if they'll do it. Russ will say yes to anything.
Yeah, you're looking at probably $300, and with your quote, $300 to $400 to wrap a frame. But in perspective, if like you said, you're on a $7,000 bike, it's worth it, right?
Yeah.
I don't,
it's just money.
Yeah.
Well, you get that $2,000 stimulus check.
Put it in your bike. Just put it in your bike.
Put some Invisalign on your bike.
The last one in my list, and then we're going to go back and recap. Ride Wrap has a clear gloss and a clear matte, just like Invisiframe. And from what I saw, there's some lawsuits flying back and forth between Invisiframe and Ride Wrap.
Talk about that right now.
$92 for full coverage film kit. But what's interesting is that they have Ride Wrap has just launched coverage for a full range of gravel bikes. And I went through their website and I clicked a whole bunch of them. Your Cutthroats, your Journeymen, your Diverges, your Top Stones, everything. It looked like they had everything. Very, very broad.
I mean, Ron just answered the best. Take it to an auto paint shop that does wraps.
There you go. Hey, and you could maybe get somebody to pay you to put some advertising on your bike.
we used to have that paint and wrap shop by Parvella.
Yeah.
He would do all that stuff for us.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Scott Mason used to get all this stuff there.
I like the idea that if you've got a gloss bike and you want it to be matte, you could actually get a clear matte. But then where the seams are, you're going to notice it.
There's so much up in the comments.
Well, wait a minute. Let me finish out. Then we'll go circle back.
I don't know if I can read through them all. I can't read.
8.2 mil thick for the Ride Wrap. Like I said, they just announced a full range of gravel bikes, and they have 4 different coverage options. What they call essential, which is just the key areas, which are all those areas that you described. A covered package, which is the high-risk areas based on a universal fit. just a straight fork kit, which is universal, and then the tailored kit, which is specific to both your model and your frame size of bike, even down into years. I looked at their website. It was like specific years of bikes. So if you want to get it down to the details, there it is. And Ron, you're absolutely right. Joey does fantastic work with electrical tape, like on my diver.
I was just say the other Ron. We have multiple Rons. It's like TED Hour.
Yeah.
TED Talks. Yeah, I did a lot of electrical tape on
A lot of electrical tape on my bike.
Image 360.
Yeah, good job, Ted. Yeah,
there he is.
There.
You got the plug.
Hey,
he
Ted,
would probably have like...
I need to talk to Ted about... Ted, you and I are going to do a little aside when this thing's over because I'm going to talk to you about vehicle wraps.
Vehicle wraps?
Tailgate wrap, maybe.
Like for your business or like... Oh, man, that's a whole insurance thing right there.
I don't know.
Putting your business on your vehicle? That's another podcast.
Yeah. It's podcast number 8.
Number 8. I still want to do my my spoilers, Joey spoilers.
So I
watched Nighthawk the other day. The guy goes to jail. They catch him. Don't watch it.
You scroll back up to the top in the comments. I'm going to do a really quick recap, and then we're going to go through the comments. Right. 3M helicopter tape, racer tape, all mountain honeycomb. Probably not something that is option. One manufacturing, lizard skins, dyed brothers for the hippies, and then Invisiframe and ride wrap.
I think I'm kind of a hippie if I think about it on paper.
Oh, we're all a little bit of a hippie. Stay weird, everybody.
Let's see. Eddie, yeah. Eddie worked on the 2000 Lightspeed tie. Correct. That doesn't need anything.
Nope.
Gets rowdy. Let's see. Tyler +1 for tie. Ted said 3M paint protection film is perfect for cutting custom shapes. My mom thought this was Hogan. Rubbing and racing and Joey. What they give you 3M. Sometimes they keep it raw depending on what's going on. Sometimes I put stuff in a bag and give it to the customer. But I feel like customers are going to throw it out. I'm going to keep it. Yeah. People rocking up with skins on the cranks. Yeah, I say I wrap my cranks.
Put it on the cranks.
Yep.
And that was from Justin.
I can print and cut you some GTT frame kits.
From Ted. Thank you, Ted.
I do have people use the Love You Buys to cover scratches on their gravel bikes.
I do.
Buy a bottle of Rapid Tack for application. Not sure what that is. Probably poisonous. Will give you cancer in California.
Rapid Tack.
Whole Sticks Thermoform carbon fiber sheets. Cuts easy, molds with heat gun from the local Josh Sands. I think he said he found that on GMBN. Eddie said that's thick. I think he's talking about all the thick crap. Josh wrote he wrote that like 6 times on here. I think it just doubled on accident.
Hey, we got a congratulations.
We got 100 messages.
This is the first time we've gotten 100 messages.
No, we did it last week.
Did we?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, wow.
15 mil, like a suit of armor for your bike.
Thank you, Matt.
Are there this carbon honeycomb with an adhesive backing?
Yes, Eddie. That's what we were talking about.
Did you see the titanium flannel? Yes. I'm still not on par with the new flannel. Sorry, Ted. I love your bike, but I guess I want the 4.0. Something about that carbon seat tube. I don't know. It's like you want to be steel is real, but at the same time you're like, Yeah. I just don't like the way it looks, but I'm sure it rides amazing, and I'm still very jealous. And I would love a titanium flannel. I might just end up with a titanium Cosmic Stallion. Vanity, straight fire, Tyler said. Get creative with the relief cuts, and you can wrap most curves with practice. Also, cast films react well to heat, but are thinner and won't protect from dents, just scratches. Anything like Invisalign, it would be worth to have some wrap your frame if the bike is pricey.
Yeah, that's from Daniel. I actually think that's a good point, though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You got an investment.
If you got an investment in the bike, having it wrapped probably makes some sense.
Or you bought a Diverge from Joey, secondhand. You drilled some holes in it, put some electrical tape on it, and you slapped it with a sticker and said, let's go.
Nothing like drilling holes in your bike.
Money makers, good grief, electrical tape, pool noodles.
Pool noodles, I like that, Ron.
Films are in my business. I like pool noodles. Joey, you are a hippie. I think I am part hippie.
That's I think a good rundown of what's out there, why it's important to do it, and
I wasn't done.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
I was following
along.
Have you ever seen a hole rubbed into a tie frame on the seat tube? My last tie frame had a small flat spot from tie rub. Would any other frame protection keep that from happening? No, that's just going to burn through it, Tyler. It's either too thick and then it would just stop it like that 15 millimeter honeycomb, or it would just burn
right
it.
through it.
I tore some paint off. I didn't tear into the carbon of my. Especially as I had to run to like my S-Works tarmac. Wouldn't fit 28s, but as much as I wanted them to, I ran it. And whenever I got any dirt on there, it rubbed right through the seat tube.
So I can see where, that protection is going to keep the dings from happening and some of the soft rub items.
Yeah.
But if you've got something like that, it's just going to rub right through that as well. It's just another layer of something.
Yeah. And there's different levels. I'm very much pro 3M because I think everyone could do it. It's easy. It's cost effective.
Yeah.
Eventually, though, you have some spots where, like, if your brake cable on your head tube, it's going to wear through that.
Yeah.
So you're going to reapply it.
You're going to reapply it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's it too.
Yeah.
It's like, go with something that's a little more affordable because, say you get it on there and it's not quite right.
Yeah.
Pull it off and start over again.
We don't pay much for the.
Yeah.
I mean, it costs money, but it's not $300.
Yeah.
I generally don't charge people to do the little bits all over.
Mm-hmm.
It's an investment. I respect that for people. I'm not going to wrap an entire frame like that.
So I think I see where I'm at. I'm at that if you're
it's
not
a gravel bike, it's meant to get chipped.
dirt. If you're not a perfectionist,
Yeah.
and you didn't spend $10,000 on your bike, some 3M tape's just going to do you fine.
Yeah.
But if you're a perfectionist and you put a lot of money into that bike, you might want to look at one of those higher end alternatives and actually having somebody else.
You might want to
apply
rethink
that.
your riding if you're worried about getting your gravel bike dinged.
I didn't go there. I didn't go there. Very good. So,
Man, now Ted just wants me to look at the Flanimals again.
a good conversation though, I think, and I'm really liking this format, Joey. We've done this the last few weeks where we actually have a topic and we do a really deep dive on it, and it gets a little techy, and
I guess
I like it.
I like it. I say next week we are going to talk standard winter bike maintenance with Nathan from Hush Money.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little preview of that. That was a good idea, Joey. Thank you.
He's just he's going to be like a Wes. He's just going to, like I said, as I told you, he's just going to be on. It's not going to be like someone promoting an event and stuff. He'll talk about Hush Money and stuff, but just another bike shop gravel guy.
Good.
Very well liked in the gravel Pennsylvania community.
Cool.
So we'll just have a normal, he can talk about his horror stores. Huh?
You're going to have to wear headphones next week. Joey hates wearing headphones, everybody.
It's not that I hate it. I feel like I missed out on hearing other stuff.
Yeah, if you're buying a $7,000 bike and $100 of frame protection, up your Patreon. Thank you, Matt. Like to hear that.
Sal said, "Well said, Joey."
Hey, so you want to do this or that, Joey? Let's jump into this.
Oh man, we're already there.
Yeah, we're already there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we've cranked along. I mean, this hour flies by when we're having fun, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody, obviously, over in the live stream, please play along with this
blow
or
up again.
that. I don't know. I'm not feeling much love
there's
on this.
15 people sitting right now.
Okay. At the end of every ride, Joey, would you rather have a clean, sparkly clean bike or a clean kit?
I don't care about either.
Well, pick one now. Which would you prefer? To either have a sparkly clean bike at the end of, even if it's a nasty ride, it's magic. Magic is going to happen.
It takes me forever to clean my bike. I'll probably go with clean bike because I won't clean my bike. I'll hose off my clothes. The last horrible ride I did was that 24. I think the dirtiest ride I did in a while was that overnight we did.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And literally everything was in the driveway, clothes, everything. My underwear, just hosed it off.
And it picked up that grit stuff from the towpath, which was like cement on your bike. Yeah.
Clean bike for me.
I would definitely also go with a clean bike. That's kind of like
harder to clean the nooks and the crannies in my crotch.
I always try to come up with a this or that kind of connects into the topic of what we were talking about, and that was the only thing I could really come up with.
Peel off your 3M, it's clean.
That's a good idea. A little peel away like they do in the NASCAR on the windshields. You just rip it off, and then you got a new windshield.
I used to have that on my goggles when I downhilled.
Did you really?
You get those like
pull it
motocross
off?
things they did for the downhill, and then you do a dirty run, you just rip it off. Hopefully you didn't litter.
I'm pretty sure across the board it's going to be. Oh, Justin, no, and that doesn't surprise me from Justin. Sorry, Justin, clean kit.
He's a pretty boy with his cycling kits.
He's always on point with that.
Ted said, "Clean bike, can't throw my bike into the washer." True. You can take it to your bike shop and have them clean it, I guess. Clean bike, but clean drivetrain. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. When
That's
I
really the most
bike.
important thing.
Justin said clean kit. Joey Brown said bike. Matt said clean bike. Bike won't fit in my washer. Yep. Ron Welsh said bike. Sal said clean bike totally. Daniel said bike for sure. You can just toss clothes in the bike in the wash. But you do need to wash your clothes off before you put your muddy, dirty stuff in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Tyler said he's with me. Tear-offs, yeah. Ted probably has tear-offs for riding his
You see Tyler's answer.
My wife will wash all my clothes, but she would never wash my bike. Said my wife just does all the laundry. I do the dishes and stuff. Pretty AF.
Yep. Okay, second item on this week's This or That, Joey. Would you rather have a milkshake or a smoothie?
Either. Neither.
You gotta pick. You're doing this tonight.
Neither.
Neither.
Is there probably a smoothie? When I drink a milkshake, oh my.
Well, yeah.
My lactose intolerance,
Yeah.
I should just drink the milkshake on the toilet. Just sit right on it. Ice cream for me, like I can do with cheese and a little bit of, not really milk, but cheese and that stuff. It hits me hard, but not like ice cream.
See, I can do
love
ice cream.
milkshakes though. God, I want like a Moose Tracks.
Milkshakes kind of tear me up like you do. I don't, the milkshake thing, it's just, I don't know if it's just pre-liquefied ice cream. I can do ice cream a little bit, but milk is...
I can't even do it a little bit anymore. Me and Jess tried it. It's just...
I like the smoothies, though, when you go like to a Smoothie King or Cafe Tropical, or you get
kiwi in there. And
you get like, it's basically a meal in a cup. I kind of dig
also
that.
cost the price of a meal.
Yeah.
What, I spent $15 on a smoothie. So you smoothie or milkshake? I'll go smoothie.
I'm a smoothie guy.
I'll go smoothie.
I'm a smoothie guy. It's almost the same, like, mouthfeel and consistency of the milkshake, but it doesn't tear me. I'm definitely gonna go. What did your wife say?
I always pee in my kit and on my bike.
Yes,
she does not do either. She isn't. And my knowing her, she's never peed on her bike. Tri bike or road bike, because I clean it, and I know I worked on a lot of pee covered tri bikes.
Yeah,
in my career. Yeah. Oh God,
Joey Brown.
When you get bolts for the bottom bracket cover that are just are corroded on from urine. Wear glove.
Nasty.
Milkshake from Joey Brown. Justin said milkshake. Ted said milkshake, and one of my favorite awards. I will do chocolate milk post ride. Butterscotch milkshake. Man.
Butterscotch milkshake. Eddie.
Boozy milkshake from Matt.
Adult milkshakes.
Justin did say both. Good question. Both are good. Ron said kudos to my wife today. She had my bike stand and hose ready for me after a wet ride. Wow.
Oh, nice.
What a nice lady.
Awesome.
Daniel said yes. Ron Welch said smoothie for sure. Ted said Ron Welch. She have a sister? You married man, Ted.
Ted, you're a married man with a puppy.
Sal said smoothie. Josh says Miss Moo's milkshakes are absolutely ridiculous abomination that I love. 3 for the fat man, please.
I think that was sort of a mixed bag there of smoothie versus milkshake.
I would love to say milkshake if it didn't destroy me.
I think this next one, Joey, I think we've done something kind of similar to this before, but I was looking on. I was looking for some inspiration for this or that, and I saw some stuff on Reddit where people were going back and forth with this: an expensive bike and a broke down vehicle, or a moderately priced bike and a moderately priced vehicle. So not a real high. And when I say moderately priced, not high end. So a real high end bike with a broke down car.
Does it matter what the car is?
No, it's just broke down. It's always failing on you, and it's a pain in the butt.
Can I pick like a rattle can Land Cruiser?
Yeah, you can pick whatever you want.
Those things are indestructible. I'm going to go rattle can Land Cruiser that I can fix. I'll probably go. That's tough.
I think it is tough.
If someone just give me any clunker, I'm going to go middle. But if I get to pick like a clunker, I'm going to pick.
Okay, that's a good nuance, though.
But my high end isn't going to be like, I'm going to do a fancy S-Works or anything. Yeah. It's going to be like a titanium Flanimal or Cosmic Stallion with probably Di2 GRX. Not like probably aluminum wheels still. Some probably like the wheels I have. That'll be my nice bike. It'll have a badass Land Cruiser. That it might work, it might not. I got AAA.
There you go. There you go.
Versus like,
I would. I don't know. In my world, moderate. I think I wouldn't. I'll ride whatever. I don't. You know me.
Yeah.
I don't have to have the biggest and the baddest on either end of those spectrums. But I do like a vehicle that's reliable.
I do like a reliable vehicle.
Yeah, that's nothing more frustrating than having to worry, especially as much as I'm on the road, as much as I travel. Oh my goodness!
Why do you think I don't drive my truck every day anymore?
I know. You want me to look at the? I can look at the.
I got them all up from both sides.
Got it. Go for it.
Eddie did say Brian's face. Joey Brown said high-end bike, middle of the road, 105. The group set of the people. It is.
I do like my GRX though.
I do love my 105 on my LCD.
Oh, I do like my GRX.
I do love my GRX too. Expensive bike is not what you drive; it's what you ride.
All right, Sal.
I go moderate, but I see how low-end car with a high-end bike.
Who is that? Oh, Eddie. Eddie said that.
Justin said high-end bike and 2003 Land Cruiser all day. So that's what I'm talking about, Justin. Middle of the road, less headaches.
That's from Matt.
Traded a Ford Pinto for a new Cannondale. I got the better deal.
Yeah. As long as you got that Pinto out of the way before it blew up. Good job, Ron.
I don't have enough trails close enough to me to have a decent vehicle. I also don't know what I'm missing with from a really nice bike.
That's Daniel.
Yep, I pair a Yugo with an Athos. Sometimes a better car and beater bikes are the most fun, less consequences.
It's true. It's true.
It's all about you run what you brung.
Thank you, Tyler.
You can't get to the cool gravel event unless you have a reliable vehicle.
Right. Unless you're like one of those guys up at
No one really judges you when you get to the cool gravel event. It's not a road race.
Was it the dude at the Dirty Bike podcast, that Dirty Chain podcast, that would always ride his bike to all of those gravel events? Oh, yeah. He would like literally ride 600 miles. Or a Lael Wilcox that rides from Alaska to a gravel race and then rides.
Yeah, Sheldon rides to these rides.
That's crazy. Because by the time you get there, you're all beat. And he would do it like the day before. It wasn't like you would go a couple days.
He's a beast on the bike. He eats baby food too on the bike. I can't park this thing is a national forest. Not one.
You got a beater. Okay, last item on this or that is kind of related back to the whole milkshake thing. Do you like chocolate or vanilla?
Ooh, on what?
Anyway, I don't know.
I'm a pretty big vanilla fan.
Could be ice cream, could be candy bar.
As I mature, I've been more vanilla.
Yeah?
I do like when it comes out of a soft serve machine is both.
Oh, the mixed.
Yeah. I'm going to go vanilla.
Really? Well, you can add a bunch of stuff.
I do like a nice mocha, like a coffee.
You could add whatever you want to vanilla and make it.
Yeah, chocolate it's chocolate or chocolate. Vanilla you can do a little bit with.
Yeah, white chocolate. I guess I don't know. That's not really vanilla. I'm not a real vanilla fan.
That's
so I would. Although my ice cream when I do drink it, eat it of late has been fudge ripple. So it's kind of like the vanilla ice cream with the fudge that runs through, which is really
that like wannabe Moose Tracks.
I guess so, yeah. It's hard to find in the days of COVID, though. Believe it or not.
Everyone's eating their fudge.
Okay. Anybody have any comments on that?
Sal said chocolate, vanilla from Eddie because he's a vanilla guy. Joey Brown said chocolate from Ron Welsh. Justin said vanilla ice. Sorry, wrong thread. Melissa said chocolate with peanut butter. Chocolate with peanut butter is one of the best things out there.
Oh, that's awesome. So it looks like it was sort of a mixed bag or a split down the middle there too. But I do think soft ice cream makes a difference.
Yep.
So
soft serve vanilla. Oh,
good show tonight, Joey. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah.
I really like this expanded kind of chat interaction with folks in the live stream. I hope people are actually still listening to the audio version of the podcast though, and not getting frustrated by it. I do hope that is the case. You got anything else before we shut it down?
No, like I said, next week is Nathan from Hush Money talking about typical winter bike maintenance.
Okay.
But we have 54 days till spring. So,
nice.
Better get your stuff in before we get really packed in the bike industry.
You know what? That's a very good tip. There's a tech tip for the week is don't wait.
Do your stuff now.
Yeah. Get the bike in. I always do mine in the fall.
Yeah.
I think
here's a tech tip. If you don't know when you got your brakes bled last, because there's a lot of hydraulic brakes, you probably need a bled.
You want to get
April's not a good time for that. You don't realize how much stopping power you lose from just old nasty hydraulic lines.
You did mine
pads
in the fall.
Oh, it was do yours.
Yeah, I'm squared away.
I take care of you.
Hey, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. It's a listener-supported podcast by some amazing, incredible people on Patreon or PayPal. you too can join that going over to the website at graveltraveldirt.com if you would like to support us. Our show, folks, can be found wherever you find your favorite podcast. Joey, how can people get in touch with us if they want to?
Also, stick around for the post show. I'll tell you a secret about phone numbers in West.
Okay.
But if you want to call us, leave us a voicemail or bring up some. Our phone number is 410-231-3850. You can find us on the gram at Mid-Atlantic GTD. And then our website is graveltraveldirt.com.
All right, everybody. This podcast tonight is recorded once again right here in the kitchen. I should probably stop saying that, but man, I like just saying that. I like saying that we're in the kitchen. It feels homey to me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, because we have to do the Zoom things every once in a while. Thanks, everybody, for riding along. Until next time, do good, be nice, say hi to Jess, go slow, respect others, and stay healthy.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.